Hello everyone. So I wanted to share with you the October subscription box and give you all an idea of what came in the box for those of you who might be interested in the November subscription box. So for all of you who got the October box, you're automatically on the list for the November subscription box because when you sign up to do the monthly subscription, that enrolls you for the following month. And then if you want to cancel after that, you're able to cancel. There is a $10 savings if you go with the subscription box. So these were $38. You're getting the free digital collection, which I'm going to share with you here shortly. And you're getting everything in this box. Plus you're going to get 2 projects. All right, so here is what comes in the subscription box. This was October's box. You would get a project sheet, and this gives a little information of what the second project is going to entail, and then you have your project that is already pretty much put together for you here in the box. And so what you would get is you have your card set right here, and this is how the cards look when they're completed. So this shows you how to make these 2 cards. Everything is pretty much ready for you to just easily put it together, and then you have your card set, and then if you want to make more, you have the project sheet to make more of these if you so choose. So you have your card base, and then you have your card, and then you would have your die cuts here. This is going to be in the digital collection, so again, if you want to make more, you're able to do that. And then you have your stamped sentiment there, and then you have in your box, you have some Prima flowers that came with it, and this is going to be used in the second project. And then you have your trims here, and one is for the cards, one is for the second project. So as you can see, this card has all of those trims there, and then you have some on this card as well. So you have your trims, and then for the second project you have your bead pack with some bling and some die cuts. Here you have your foam squares for your cards. And then you'll get a set of watercolors. Now some of you may have received a variation of this. I wasn't able to get as many as I wanted. I actually sold more subscription boxes than I had planned, and I was thrilled to have so many of you order a box. So thank you so much for your support. This is something I've been wanting to do for quite some time, and you know, to be able to put these projects together and then have a box filled with goodies at the same time, I just thought it'd be something super fun and an opportunity to create with all of you. So you'll get those, and then some of you may have gotten just 1 ink pad, and most, I believe, received 2 of the cubes, and this is the hybrid ink, so you can use this with watercolors or alcohol ink markers. And then you'll get a woodware stamp that we will use in the second project. Again, these will vary, so you may have received a different one, but the stamp you receive will work for the second project, so you're able to do variations with it. And then you'll get a stencil, and again, I think there's only a few of you who received this stencil, and most of you received the new Stamperia. It was the one that I showed in a previous video. I don't have any more, and that's why I had to go with this stencil. I had to do some variations with some of the boxes because, again, I sold way more than what was planned. I had some come in like right on the 5th of October. Some of you received different stamps and stencils than what I'm showing here, but for the most part, everything is very close to what I'm showing, and that is what came in the October subscription box. Again, it was $38 for all of this, plus you get this project, you get the free digital collection, and I cannot wait to share with all of you these projects. So the cards, going back to them, yeah, it's as simple as that. After you attach everything, you just add your trim and embellish it, and then you will have your 2 cards that you're able to make from the subscription box. This is the other one. And then you have your envelopes here. And then these are what you would need to fussy cut. So you have the flower, and then here you have more flowers and the butterfly. So you'll have those in your kit. Everything is here already. You don't have to print anything. It's just all ready to go for you to be able to create these cards. And then you'll also get 2 more cards that are ready to go. So when you get your digital collection printed out, you can make 2 more cards, and then these are going to be used in our second project. So you'll get some 6x6 pieces of cardstock, and then these 2 other pieces of cardstock in your card kit that comes in your box. There is the box for October's monthly subscription box. If you do have any questions about the subscription box or how the subscription works, please feel free to send me an email, dreamctc@yahoo.com. I'll have the information below. Now that I have shown you everything that comes in the October subscription box, and you were able to create your first project, we're going to move on to creating our second project here, which I planned on doing this recipe mini journal project. And you can see everything that is inside of your subscription box that you're going to use for this project. The only thing that was not included was the 12x12 piece of color coordinating cardstock. Now I decided to go with this darker purple color because I thought it would be fun to use this as my cover. And you know, you can choose a different cover if you like from the Pumpkin Spice digital collection. But I thought that this one would be fun to do. What I thought we would all work on is something kind of similar to this. And this is something that my mom did quite a while ago, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. It's with my Fairyland collection that she did this, and then just created this really cute little booklet. And I thought that we could incorporate the recipe cards and those 6x6 papers and everything, you know, just kind of change it up a little bit to make this little mini recipe booklet. So this was my inspiration, and I thought we would do something very similar to this. And so I do want to create this envelope to hold our booklet. And so we're going to start with this 12x12 piece of cardstock. And the first thing that we need to do is cut it down to 11 by 11 inches. So I just took an inch off of 2 sides to get my 11 by 11 inch piece here. The next thing I'm going to do is use my envelope maker to create our envelope. Now I know all of you may not have an envelope maker, so I can tell you the score line measurement, and then you can use a T-square or something to create your envelope if you don't have an envelope maker. Here we have our paper size. It's 11 by 11, and we want to do our score line at 4 7/8. And then I'm going to make my first score line. Okay, and then we're going to turn match that up. And just keep turning and then scoring. Turn and match that up to that line there. I should have been punching my little notch. So I'll do that on this one. I have to go back and do it on this one here. Okay, and then let's see. I have one less score to do here. Okay. Alright, so I have my envelope made. And again, the score line was at 4 7/8 on my envelope maker. I just followed the guide, the 11 by 11 paper size. It showed the score line at 4 7/8, and it's going to make a card size of 6 by 8. Now, for those of you who do not have an envelope maker, you're going to want to at least have a T-square or something to make sure that you're able to tee everything off to make sure everything is straight and square. And then you're going to want to go in at, looks like from the corner 3 3/4 of an inch, it looks like. So from that point to the score line there, 3 3/4 of an inch. So from this point in, we have 3 3 3/4. So you can go in at 3 3/4 and then make a your little reference point, and then tee it off. Use a guide or maybe a T-square, but just make sure that you're straight and draw a straight line. Score it. You can use your ruler to score if you need to, and then fold. And then you would do the same on the other side. And then on this other edge, you're going to be at 4 1/2. So you'll want to go in 4 1/2 with your ruler. You're going to mark it, and then you're going to take your T or some sort of guide just to make sure again that everything is square, and draw a straight line, then score it and fold. And then you should be able to see your lines will intersect, so you'll see that notch that you would have to cut out at each corner there. So that's what you can do if you don't have an envelope maker. I'm just going to take and fold my edges here. And I think what I'm going to do first is use my envelope maker again to round off those corners there. And you could use a chomper for this if you don't have an envelope maker. You could use your chomper to do that, or you could even just use your scissors to round off your corners there. And I'm going to do it for all 4 of mine. See if I can find a Velcro dot. I got these at the Dollar Tree. I'm hoping that they work good. So we're just going to place this. Maybe there. And then my other one. These stick. Good. All right, so I have my closure now. And I don't know, as far as, like, my mom did this flower here. I think what I'm going to have us do is, we have that muslin that came in your little packet with your subscription box. You had a fabric trim packet, and I think we might do like a little closure with our muslin trim is what I'm thinking. And I thought we could like stamp it and do some fun stuff with it. So that's what I'm thinking for the closure. I want to create my cover. And I know that this is going to be the top, and then we're going to open it up this way. So I want my cover to go this way. If you want to mat yours, you're going to need an additional piece of cardstock. This is just 8.5 by 11 cardstock. You do not have to mat it like I'm doing. I think I'm just gonna do like so. So I'll have about 1/4 inch border going all the way around. I'm just eyeballing it. It's not going to be exact. I just want a little border. But I really want that purple to show through at the same time, so. And let's see. Okay, so my matted piece is 7 3/8 by 6. I'm just going to go ahead and glue that down. Just want a slight little border. I'm just going to kind of, again, eyeball where I want to cut. I think that looks good. And I think this time I'm going to use my chomper and round off my corners. You could use your scissors if you don't have a chomper. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and glue that down. Okay, so now we have our cover. That might be kind of cute to add this in, create a little pocket and add this apple butter part in. I think the next thing I will do is I'm going to cut out another pumpkin here. And maybe I'll do one of the leaves. We'll see. Use my chomper on the edge. And I think what I'm going to do, just so it is nice and, you know, we have a nice sturdy pocket, is I'm just going to place it over some cardstock. So I'm just going to glue that on and then cut it out again. Okay, and I think I'm going to go ahead and distress that edge there. I have ground espresso is what I'm going to use. And I think I might do just the edges of this as well. All right. And then we will make our little pocket here. So I just want to apply glue there. And now we can fussy cut out this apple butter part, and I think I'm just gonna go like this. Out just a little bit. Let's go up there. I think I'll just round those corners. So I can stick it in like that, and I think I'm gonna distress my edges again. Actually, you know what I'm going to do first is I think I'm going to mat this against the cardstock as well. Might just go like that. So I'm going to glue it down first this time and then cut around it. Okay, so there is that so far. I know there's going to be more I'm going to want to do. There's the flowers that you all received in your box. Maybe we can add in some of those. I have this. What does it look like inside? There. Like so. I think I like that. Just kind of shove that down. I'm not even going to glue it in there. Just going to kind of leave it in that pocket there. So there we have our cover. And again, I might add in another recipe card. And I can, let's see, down in the corner. No, we'll just go ahead and do that. And then really distress. There. Okay, so there's our little cover. Now we have to work on the inside. And before we get going, I'm just going to go ahead and cut out all the pockets and the recipe cards, and then we can start building some of the inner pages of our little booklet here. I cut out the pockets and the recipe cards and then the ephemera. And what I did is I took the pages that I printed from the digital collection and I selected 4 pages that I liked. And so I picked this one and this one and this one and this one. And then the other 4 that I printed out to make another one, because I thought if you're going to make these, you know, you should probably make more than one at a time. But I thought that these 4 would go nicely together. So I'm going to use these 4 in a different one. But for now, I'm going to use these 4 pages that I showed you. And I just folded them all in half. So I cut off the white border and then just folded in half. Then inside of your subscription box, you received a paper pack, like a paper card pack. And in there you had some 6x6 cardstock. And so what I was thinking is taking a piece of that and putting it on the inside here. And then we have our pocket. And then we'll have our pocket for our recipe card here. And then I thought with this, we could create another pocket and insert another recipe card. And just have it go like so. Thinking of scoring the cardstock right about here. So when we sew it, or when we thread through, we'll be able to create this flap here. And then we can place this on there with our pocket and recipe card, is my thinking. About 3/4 of an inch, I'm thinking. I'll try that. So it will sit inside like so. And that worked perfectly. So if you score in 3/4 of an inch, that meets up with the edge perfectly. And then we can have our recipe card. And I'm going to score right along there. then that will line up with that like so. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this, glue our pocket. So just need a little bit of glue here and here. And then I'm going to glue our pocket right along that score line that we did. The bottom. And then the side, which I have to go in a little bit because that hangs out. So when I'm gluing, I don't want to go right on the edge. And then match up, fold there. And our card will go inside, like so. Okay, so in your fabric trim pack, in your subscription box, there is a piece of burlap, and I think we're just going to take a piece of it. I'm going to kind of measure how high I need it. Actually, yeah, we'll do it as high as the card. So I'm just going to cut a piece here. And then I want to have that distressed edge, so I'm going to pull some of the pieces off. Okay. And then, let's see, I think I'm going to make this just a little thinner. And then I'm going to glue this right along that edge there. And we'll probably do something fun on this other side here where it's white. But for now, I just want to kind of get the basics done, and then we can embellish it a little further. So I'll probably have to do this in 2 parts because I'm running late getting this video up. So we have our little burlap edge there. So I'm going to just go ahead and do this for my other pages. So I have this one here, and that one is ready to go. And you can see a little bit sticks out, so we'll probably put some trim along this edge here. So we could, let's see. So I'm going to cut a piece like this. And I think I'm going to cut this in half. Maybe even, yeah, half, and then I'll just flip it. And I might just do something like this. Anyway, just an idea, just a thought, something that we will get to probably in part 2. So, and I did have to, I have to make this a little shorter on the width for it to fit inside of our envelope. So I'm going to take off I'm going to take off just like a 1/4 of an inch from the bottom. And I think that should fit inside of our envelope now. And I'm going to use the chomper, and I'm going to round off my corners, and then I can distress the edges as well. And I'm just going to do a really light distress. This like so, and then our other recipe card will create a pocket and it will go in like that. There's one, and now we need to do this for our other 3 signature pages. Okay, so let's do another one here, and I think I'm going to stagger and bring this one up. So when you open it, I know you'll have this one down here, and then the next one you'll have up above. So I need to score at 3/4 of an inch. And then we'll have our pocket. I'm going to do this dark one, I think, against the gold there. I think that looks pretty. So I scored that left edge, and I went about 1/4 of an inch in. Okay, and then this is going to get glued. I'll kind of put this one maybe in the middle this time and not right at the bottom. Recipe card goes inside. Okay, so there is the second signature. And then I do have to trim off 1/4 of an inch from the bottom or top there. Is our second signature page. I'm going to place that one at the top. It's going to sit right inside like so, and then we'll put some trim. And now we have to do 2 more. So we're going to score about 1/4 of an inch. Down, pocket down. one in the middle too. Right, like so. Oh, I have to take off that 1/4 of an inch. And then we'll round off the corners. This will go inside like so. And then we have our last signature page that we have to do. Let's see, I need my recipe card. I have my 3 signatures that I've done so far. And then this last one, I'm not going to put anything inside of it. It's just going to be blank. And so I will have to round the corners. And then I need to take off that 1/4 of an inch. Okay, and round our corners. This one's going to go right in the middle like so. So we have our 4 signatures built here. So we have that page here, and then we're going to have this little flap there, which we'll probably glue that down. And then we have this, and again we'll glue this down, and this will help reinforce some of those pages as well. And then this one will be in the middle, and then we have nothing on the middle one here, because I think we're going to do something kind of fun and different for this middle page. So then we will take, and this will get sewn in just like this. We're just going to sew it, thread it in like so. But I don't want to do that quite yet, because I think we're going to take some of our other pieces and add some of those in and do some stamping and watercoloring. And I'm going to do that in the next video. I want to get this one out today so you guys can all get started on this. I do need to make sure that this is going to close. I might have to trim off a little bit more. That will be our little booklet, and we'll put our little recipes inside. This one, I think we'll have just some fun creating something a little different, and of course we'll use some of the recipe cards. Maybe we'll stagger them on the inside. I'm not sure yet, but we're going to do something fun. But anyway, we have our signature pages built up, and we have our pockets that we're going to be using. So this is how everything looks so far. And then, you know, we're going to dress up some of these pages here. But there is the start of it. And so, yeah, I hope you're enjoying this so far. I would love to know if any of you made up your cards and have completed your first project. And then let me know what you're thinking of the second project so far, and if you're having fun with the subscription box and you're ready for November's. I would love to hear from all of you. For those of you who may not have purchased a subscription box, I hope you can still get some ideas and inspiration from the projects that I'm showing here. And so I'd love to hear your comments on everything. Be sure to hit that subscribe and like button if you're liking these videos, and I'll catch you back for part 2 of this project. Thank you so much for watching.